And hello, wonderful. Hello, all. It is me, Adam, joined by the wonderful George Hartop and the most lovely Tom Harrison,
The
who's
most
graced us with his
tired Tom
presence.
Harrison.
The most on time Tom Harrison has ever
No,
been.
the most sleepy Tom Harrison. I got out of bed, got into the bathroom, and then came downstairs to talk about this.
I feel privileged that you're actually wearing something.
Yeah, you are. You're lucky that I've got clothes on, really.
I'm very proud of you. Well done. Thank you so much, Tom,
Yeah,
especially this morning.
I mean, George isn't lucky. George wants to see me with no clothes on all the time, but
You keep thinking that. You keep thinking that.
he does. He does.
Is there a reason you guys have done a podcast rather than anything visual over lockdown?
Yeah, we actually do it in the nude.
What happens on the stream stays on the stream.
We actually do it in the nude. Any of our guests that we get in are very shocked at first, but then we explain to each other that George and I are completely comfortable in each other's presence, that we can just look at each other's nips for hours on end.
The thing that worries me, Tom, is some will actually believe you on that.
I'm a very honest person.
Well, I'm glad to say for all the viewers that are watching this one that Tom is very, very, very fully clothed.
Why are you apologising for that?
Who knows?
I'm
Who knows?
fit.
But we're here. It's the second episode. This is just going to be a massively fun chat, I think, which is going to be really good. Pretty much. It's really early. I kind of slightly slept in this morning, so I'm not feeling amazing. Tom's definitely not feeling amazing. I don't know. I can't really tell if George is feeling good or not at all because he just seems.
He's had a coffee, so he's fine.
I've got caffeine. I'm happy. That's all that matters.
Oh, that's wonderful. I've just started relying solely on hot chocolate. Caffeine does not work on me anymore.
You just need more. You just need more.
I just need more.
For anyone listening, I am definitely lying.
Who was that, George?
Probably
Is that
Dad.
your brother? Daddy Hartop. Is Daddy Hartop there?
Oh, don't call it. Don't say
Daddy
that
Hartop.
word.
Where's
That's
Mummy
weird.
Hartop? Is she downstairs? Is she, they're
No,
both in bed.
she's work.
Oh.
So
What about Sister Hartop and Brother Hartop?
also work. Actually,
Where's
no.
Doggy?
Brother Hartop's recovering from Rona. Still,
Oh no.
yeah.
Has he got long COVID?
Oh, he had it over just after Christmas.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Does that mean you had it as well?
No, we isolated afterwards, and none of us tested positive or anything. So that's all good. He kept his Rona to himself.
Where's Doggy Hartop?
Currently in the kitchen.
I want to see Doggy Hartop.
Do you?
Cool.
Cool.
To be honest, getting a
Tosser.
dog on it would be not a bad thing in any shape or form.
Where's your dog? You've got a dog.
Yeah, my dog's downstairs. Sadly, but
Is he not allowed up?
She's not supposed to be,
No.
but she does join us. But no, she's way too engrossed in the. They got an Iceland order because that's how we've been trying to organise food shopping in lockdown. We've been ordering Iceland, and they got that one this morning, and so obviously a load of bags of food arrive in the morning. So
Can you not order locally?
We do with some stuff.
Judgy.
Well, actually, no, we're okay. Like,
Iceland's a bit of a way to travel.
right, see, I get you there.
See, I thought you were just being incredibly judgy there, just being like, "Oh my god, do not support local business."
Well, actually,
Fucking hipsters.
Actually, yeah, but saying that, I personally, I like it is what it is. But my sister was like, okay, now that because where are we? We need to get like milk delivered properly from the milkman and whatever. So we do get that. So if George was being judgy,
that's how you justify it.
There's that. But no,
I was just making a really bad joke.
It's pretty awful. Be better. Good.
It's early in the morning. I'm getting started. I'm only warming up.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, that's sort of like peak you humour. Like, I don't think I've ever seen. I think that might be the funniest thing you've ever said.
It really doesn't get much better.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah, no. So my dog's completely engrossed with all that downstairs currently.
Fair. Fair. I don't understand what when you go around people's houses and they're like, "Oh, don't let the dog upstairs. The dog's not allowed upstairs." Why is the dog not allowed upstairs? Dog lives there. Dog should be allowed upstairs. What? So seeing as you are one of those people, Adam, why is the dog not allowed
Okay,
upstairs?
so the dog is generally not allowed upstairs because she is an old dog and they're horrible stairs, and she shouldn't be going up and down them all the time. And she's got this nasty habit of coming up to see what we're doing just as I'm going downstairs, and then she'll follow me back downstairs again. And then I'll come back upstairs and she'll follow me back up. And so she'll, like, in the space of 5 minutes, she'll be going up and down them like 4 times.
Right.
So that's our kind of general, like, but also because we're on a second floor conversion.
Right.
So we've got, we're in the top 2 floors of a 3-floor house. And basically, so she's already got a set of stairs to climb, and then she's like got a lot of bedrooms and kitchen and living room and stuff like that. And then only the second floor where I'm on is then only a couple of bedrooms.
Right.
So there's not really any need for her to be upstairs, except for to see people.
Okay. Well,
so
what about your?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about your dog, George? Is your dog allowed upstairs, or is it a strong no?
I mean, she just goes for a free wander. The only reason we keep her away from being upstairs is because Dad's got his office up there. So,
yeah.
I say office. It's a small table in a corner of a room.
Sounds like a great office.
Yeah, man.
George can be afforded to be very, very, very judgy of an office space if you were able to see his current space.
This is a tiny table in the corner of my room.
Very true.
So my regular desk is in a tiny corner in just the corner of my house. So
I mean, technically mine's in an attic. It's just a converted attic. So
my house is basically an attic. So
so for any viewers watching who are interested who don't know, I know mainly George and Tom from our university days. When we were all at Rose Bruford together, which was all wonderful.
Party.
Yeah. But Tom was in my year, George was year above, which was amazing. George was in my course, sound. Tom did CLC. No, I'm joking. They are wonderful.
I mean, we could just say lights. I just did lights. That's what I did. Sat, turned some lights on, went home again. That's it. It's good fun.
You take ownership of your role, Tom. I'm very proud to hear that.
I debate putting that on my CV sometimes. Just be like, Tom Harrison, turns lights on, turns them off again, goes home.
I mean, to be honest, for some people, they'll be like, yep, he knows what he does. Good, awesome.
Exactly. I'm sorted.
He doesn't have like what some people have in our industry of just like being
big dick energy,
posh with it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was trying to be polite, but yeah, of just like, oh yes, I do this, and then I also do this, and I need to, turn up, turn some lights on, turn them off again, and fuck off home. Done. I remember one guy I used to know. He wanted to put on a business card his name, and then underneath, "I'll do your lights, mate," and that was it. I thought that was brilliant. I'd have that. 10 seconds. Done. Is there something to say about how we're not necessarily the most socially awoke people when it comes to our industry, and so maybe going to then people who very much are looking for that socialness and that, I don't know,
Adam, if you're about to question how I am socially, I'm sat on a Zoom call with you at 8 a.m. in the fucking morning.
Living your best life.
If that's not social, I don't know what is.
That's very true. That's very true. I was gonna just say something about how as techs we kind of also do love that kind of dark theatre box kind of feeling, but like, yeah.
We've got our isolation that we have in the dark, and then we all go for a piss up afterwards. So we're social with each other, just in the right setting.
I like that. That's very good.
In a dark room where we can't see each other. That's what it is.
And then we overload, and then that's it. If you're lucky, you've got a stage manager opposite that cooks breakfast before the show. You know, it's just what it is.
When have you had a stage manager that cooks breakfast before? Most of my stage managers tell me to just get the fuck on with it.
My friend, Mr.
What the
Gillies.
hell?
Mr. Gillies.
Does he cook you breakfast? He never cooked me breakfast.
It was before I started working as tech, but I used to do it with some of the cow shows.
This is bollocks. Simon, I want my breakfast. What the hell? What is this? This is absolute rubbish. Just treating you stuff. He wanted something more from you, he did.
I thought, like I said, it was before I started working tech. I wasn't involved. If it was before I started working in tech and I was involved, then I'd be concerned.
But something I'm intrigued by is then what's it like on a ship then in comparison, George? Because like surely you're going from a cabin, like all of the journey of a ship then to work every morning. Like how does that work in comparison to like literally how you've just said? But
I wake up,
about your stage
throw
manager
some
cooking
clothes
your
on,
breakfast.
and I go downstairs to work. That's it. It's glorious. I have zero commute. It's beautiful.
Imagine all the money you're saving in travel.
Imagine all the money I'm spending on merch.
Yeah, I know, but you could easily not spend that money equally. You know?
Yeah, but like also that's one of the major perks for working for something like Disney. Like when I was looking at them, probably about a year ago now, I was looking at a load of cruise ships, and I did kind of genuinely turn around and be like, honestly, they're kind of the only cruise line I would probably want to work for necessarily. Nothing against cruise lines, just personally for me, the Disney thing would be enough to make me go.
You get that bit extra out of it.
See, as the sort of, I guess, odd one out here, that you two are absolute Disney nerds. I will just sort of Marvel, Star Wars, and probably like the odd cartoon, and I'm all right with it.
Well, yeah,
but I could not imagine anything worse than going onto a cruise ship, like first thing in the morning, and Mickey Mouse popping out, and go, "Oh, hi everyone!" I'm like, "Oh, fuck."
But you see, though, Tom. With the wonderful business world and terrible business world we live in nowadays, that is all Disney. So you will also have
Apple.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You'll still have on the cruise ships. You'll still have your Marvel nights and your Star Wars meet the characters and stuff like that. So I'm sure.
I was gonna say I've done both Star Wars Day at Sea and Marvel Day at Sea now.
Is Star Wars Day always May the 4th?
No, it's usually every Thursday on the Eastern and Western cruises, just after Christmas, because of the cruises that don't sell. Everyone comes out for Christmas and Christmas cruises, and then the cruises afterwards just don't sell as well. So we made Star Wars and Marvel Day at Sea, and now they sell.
I've got to say though, if I ever have a holiday and I'm able to save up for it, I will always try and book a trip to Disneyland or something like that. And half the reason you do is so you can go and you can get a hug off of the characters. And to be completely honest, to have that in your workplace, I would love. If I'm having a bit of a crappy morning, I'll just see Mickey and or Donald. Donald Duck apparently is the best one to hug. So I would quite happy because he's like a big fluffy duck.
He's just a giant cushion.
I think that would be absolutely wonderful.
Okay, so let me break this down for you just a little bit. Adam's gone on holiday. He's booked a ticket to Disneyland so he can hug some random guy in a suit that he's never met before.
Whoa.
It's Donald Duck, mate. It's just
Donald Duck you're talking
Donald
about.
Duck.
It's not Donald Duck, though, is it? It's a random guy in a suit.
You're going to get George fired here.
Wow.
For spilling the secrets. Oh, God.
Back the fuck up.
No. We need to keep the magic going. It's George is best friends with Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse.
I am not friends with any characters. They are my friends, but I am not friends with.
Well, hold
on. For those not in the know, friends with a character could mean that you are very close to a character.
Did not know
You've
that.
been ruffling Donald's feathers, George. Have you been going up and asking for more than a hug in the morning? Oi, Donald! come round the back of the toilets.
See, right, okay, so, see, this morning, Tom was like, yeah, it's too early, you're not going to get anything out of me. No, this is...
Yeah, this is the level of conversation we've come to.
Come on, Jonos. Get that new waistcoat off.
I did not know that, though. That's genuinely wonderful to hear. If I ever see, like, any more, like, Life on Disney cruise ship things, like, on YouTube, and anyone ever says anything remotely like that, I will be sitting there, like, oh, yeah.
The thing is, I don't like this veering off a little bit. I don't think when you go out with George and some like it's terrible around London. You're the worst for this, right?
So,
a tourist will come up to you and they'll go, oh, excuse me, do you know where the tube station is or something like that? And you'll go, yeah, they're over there. And you'll do it with this weird fucking two-fingered point thing that you all do.
Mate,
apparently.
There's nothing wrong with a two-fingered point. It's more inclusive.
No, it's not. It's a point.
Are you just trying to like do something like Star Trek wise and just like?
I mean, if anything, that would be going severely against the brand, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, it's just over there. Like it's the like, oh god, going
There
out
are
with you.
cultures in the world that perceive one-fingered point and rude.
Well, which cultures? Name them. There we go.
You want me to go through all 214 countries and their subcultures between them all, Tom?
Yeah, I do. Do it.
More than 214 countries, actually.
Come on, what time is it? Yeah, there's definitely more than 214 countries.
Not that many more, I think.
Okay. I like that I can just throw this shit at you and you're just totally okay with it. That's what I like about our friendship.
I mean, I've known you that long. I can't get rid of you.
Yeah, I know.
I tried. I ran away to London and you still followed.
Yeah, you'll never get rid of me. This is it.
I can try.
You won't, though. The only thing that stops me jumping on a cruise ship with you is
you got to pass the criminal check that they do before they let you on.
Yeah, well, right. If we're talking about that, we've just been talking about you ruffling feathers with Donald Duck, so I don't know.
See, this is I just thought you meant you weren't friends enough that because like you hadn't gone out for a drink or something with the Disney characters, but like obviously not.
No, I'm not friends with them because I'm not sleeping with them. All right, okay.
That's a different level of friendship, my friend. That's ship life all over.
There's like two different in Disney. I'm either not friends with this person or I'm fucking them.
That's just ship life. That's ship life.
There's no in between about it at all.
I got told that was what it was like before I ever went on a tour. I got told that's exactly what it was like. I must say though, on my singular experience of like a big-ish tour, that never happened to me. So, I mean, we were quite a small cast. Well, not never happened to me, but it wasn't around me. We were quite a small cast, to be fair, though. So I wonder if maybe just the bigger.
I think it's probably more the bigger tours. Apparently, the West End's rife with it. I mean, I'm making broad generalisations here that it's completely not on. But like, if you drop me an email if you are in the in the West End, if you can back up any of these quotes.
Just like get a load of info together and like release a book like the secrets.
Yeah, exactly. What happens on the West End? You open it up, it's just got sex written in it, big letters.
Every page.
Yeah, exactly. What happens on tour? Sex. What happens on Adam's tour? Not sex.
No. And the worrying thing is, like, you could totally spin that to be like, what happens on Adam's tour? Not sex, because of Adam.
Oh, God. Oh my God!
Like, I was the youngest by quite a bit on that tour. Maybe that was why.
They all thought you were 12 and didn't want to go near you in fear of a lawsuit.
And that's how I refer to anyone, like anything younger than like 3 years.
You still refer to it.
You're like 12.
You refer to it
as far as
me,
I'm concerned.
And I'm only a couple of years younger than you.
Tom is like 12.
I'm not like 12. I'm 23. You're 25. Get over it.
I'm not 25. I'm 24.
Well, there you go then. It's even worse. You're 1 year older than me.
That's fine. I've been like 18 for like forever anyway. So
you haven't. You've been 46 forever, George. You're massive.
I know. I've always looked older, man. I've always looked older. I remember I was doing a gig
I like the story. It's a good story.
Forever ago. I think I must have been actually about 12.
My sister was at it, wasn't she? Was it
No, this is way before then.
Oh, okay.
This is way. I think this is one of my first gigs I did. I must have been about 12, way back when I was actually performing.
There's a great photo of you online of you, like, really baby-faced George screaming into a microphone. I think you're about to get it down. Oh my god,
You mean that one?
Yeah, that's the one. Look at how adorable you look. Look at you.
That was 2011.
That's not far after I met you.
Oh god.
Also, why do you have pictures of yourself on your wall? It's a bit self-obsessed, isn't it?
It's not sticking. Well, I'll sort it later.
That's wow though. 2011. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what was I doing in 2011? Let's see. Hang on, how old am I? What have I been doing? Because that's like 10 years ago.
Was it the same thing you were doing on tour?
Well, yes, but also, I was like 11 or 12, so I was genuinely 12 on that one. Wow, I was very.
You would have been 12. Yeah, I think when we met, I can't remember. When did we meet? It was Dreaming, wasn't it, when we met?
Yes. Yeah, because you won in Game Face. Yes.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't in that. I don't know what that was. I couldn't remember if you did Sweeney though.
Yeah, I was tech on Sweeney.
For non-theatre people,
with you.
Yeah, I know. Well, I didn't know.
For non-theatre people, they are naming theatre shows but abbreviating them.
I mean, Dreaming is just the Dreaming.
That's the only word missing on the Dreaming is the.
Sweeney is just Sweeney Todd.
I'd be quite shocked if even like non-theatre people didn't get that one.
To be honest, to those that don't understand Dreaming, it's just Midsummer Night's Dream in musical form.
I stumbled across the album the other day. It just because it's not on Spotify or anything, you can't get it anywhere.
No,
but we all got given a copy as part of rehearsals, didn't we? And yep. I stumbled across it in my whilst going through my computer files weirdly, and I was like, "Oh, check it out."
Hide that picture.
Yeah, basically doing that, being like, "No, you look like a knob in that one. Stop that." But yeah, I stumbled across it, and now it's on my Google Drive, and I occasionally listening to it on my commute to work, which is quite nice.
Is it like classic musical? Is it pop rock opera? Like
it's Howard Goodall. Howard Goodall did the composition
Howard
for
Goodall.
it, so it's actually.
I'm going to send you a link to it, Adam, because you'll fall in love with it. It's completely your thing.
Shakespeare with music, yes.
Yeah,
that is good with me.
It's. I think, to be fair, Stand By It. It's probably one of my favourites. There you go.
Thank you.
I'm going to send you a link to it because it's good. There you go. That's a link to my Google Drive for that one. That's how important it means to me.
Thank you. I will.
Yeah, you're welcome.
To that.
Yeah, you should.
It's Midsummer Night's Dream with the music of Mr. Bean and Blackadder. So
what?
Howard Goodall did the compositions for Blackadder and Mr. Bean.
Okay, suddenly lost a lot of points for Howard Goodall. I thought he was a classy presenter,
he's a regular on Classic FM. I don't listen to it. I just know he is.
Don't be ashamed, George. Don't be ashamed.
Nah, too deep in my computer for radio right now.
Too deep in your. What are you doing to it? Are you doing the same thing that you're doing to Donald Duck? George, stop putting your willy in things.
Okay, I'm not going to have a job to go back to when cruises reopen. If you keep,
you'll be glad to know, George, that I am not the most popular person on the internet.
Yeah,
so
things quickly get around. Believe me, I know Disney.
But I'll spread this around. George, how come you've been getting into relations with Donald Duck? It's going to have a HR meeting about it. The Donald Duck character is going to be sat there like, yeah, that never happened. And George is going to be like, I know!
Well, what's more worrying is if...
Donald Duck will be sat there, not Donald Duck. Who the fuck is Donald Duck's character?
What's more worrying though is if some kid like sees them and then goes on the cruises and like sees George in the background and be like, "That's the guy. That's the guy. That's Donald Duck's husband."
Right.
Well, the kids
we should
aren't they?
highlight.
Okay,
None of
this
now.
stream is Disney canonical. Okay, Donald is with Daisy. Everyone is happy.
Also, we should highlight, if your kids are watching this, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Turn
like,
it off.
Well, the plan for the series was for it to not be intended for kids, but like also not be completely horrible for them. But I feel like this one maybe should have a little PG warning.
Episode 2, you've already fucked that up, haven't you?
That's what happens though when I ask Tom to join us early in the morning.
Yeah. Have you seen that thing? It's to do with films. When they get a I think it's when they get a 12A rating or something like that, they're allowed to put one F-bomb in there.
Yeah.
Or something
it's the same with Marvel films, with the exception of like Deadpool, where are only allowed to have like one specific explicit word.
Yeah. So I saw a thing on Facebook the other day where it said this, and then they were like, "Oh, if it was
if it's on Facebook, it's got to be true."
Well, either way, if you could put the F-bomb in any film that is labeled 12A, or where would you put it, and what line would you put it in?
I don't know about films that are 12A, but definitely if there was an F word in Moana, that would make my day.
Where would you put it though? What line?
Actually, no. Tell you what, there's several times in that film where they are about to say a swear word and then they're cut off.
Yeah.
So actually, yeah, if I could just extend.
So you just keep one of the swear words.
Yeah.
That is boring as hell, Adam.
Well, yeah, but like also.
Well,
I'm sure George has got a better thought.
I mean, the first one that comes into my head is super fucking fragilistic expialidocious.
That's good.
That's the first one that comes into my head. Poppins, if you're out there, I can work for you. I'm sorry.
I really like the idea of like one of the early Harry Potter films. Like I'm talking like when he was 12 or something like that, and he's like the basilisk is coming out of the thing, and it just cuts to Harry, and he's like, "Fuck!"
To be honest, to be fair, like in that, like obviously in the Harry Potter books, there were a hell of a lot more swear words in the books than made it into the films. I would like to see more swearing in the last Harry Potter film,
just the last
because
one.
they've only got that singular swear from Molly Weasley, which I mean I think they kind of had to put in because there would have been a massive uproar if they didn't. But just generally like Death Eaters storming the castle, like just students just like holy fucking shit, what's going on?
Neville running down the bridge, being like shit.
Voldemort. I want to see Voldemort swear. Apparently, he's way too good with his words.
Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Oh, there we go.
Well, that was something.
Adam, can we cut that bit out?
No.
And today was the day that Tom learnt the meaning of live.
See, I'm so
This
glad.
is what happens, Tom, when we go live. This is why I don't do this live. I have to cut all of your bullshit out.
My bullshit is what ties our podcast together, all right?
But
when you rang me up...
Your bullshit is what goes from an hour and a half recording of you down to about half an hour. Right. Just because of putting all the bullfuckery about...
Hold on a minute. You knew exactly what you were getting in for when you rang me up and you went, Tom, I'm thinking of doing a podcast, but I need another person that I can bounce off of. You knew what you were getting yourself in for.
Me.
Now you're stuck with me. So if you're like, oh yeah, I can't get rid of Tom, you literally came to me to do something that you wanted to do.
You know what? Fuck it. Tom, you're sacked. Adam, I'm taking you on.
I mean,
no, you're not. Shut up.
I mean, basically, these two wonderful people have got a very, very serious technical theatre podcast.
Not serious.
Really
If it was
not.
serious, we'd
it's-
actually have a regular upload.
I think, though, you could call it serious compared to what's currently happening. Like, this isn't serious. My entire point for this was genuinely just to have a laugh.
You did that.
so-
I'm having fun. You've woken me up a bit, which is saying something.
It's more than your usual sedate self.
Yeah. I mean, normally by this point, I'd just be turning like, I'd wake up and be like, it's fucking 8. I'm going back to sleep. I'm on furlough right now. I don't need to be doing this.
Although you've still got that kind of, even this early in the morning, you've still got that kind of face that I could punch you in the balls and you'd still be smiling.
Yeah. You love it. I'm a happy guy, all right?
Would that differ depending on who punched you, though?
Well, I don't know. Who would you want to punch me is probably the next. And I'll tell them if
where does the queue start?
I mean, well, yeah, but to carry on with the Disney, purely for the visual of just getting a camera and recording it, I would love someone like Mickey Mouse just to come up and punch you.
What about Donald Duck?
I would make that a photo pass moment.
Would it be Donald Duck and he'd turn around and be like, stop talking about my husband online?
Well, yeah, but see, the issue with Donald Duck is, though, with the Donald Duck's...
He's an anger duck. He is an
an
angry
angry
duck.
But I'm a little bit worried about, like, the shape of him, though, like, because of the way his arms are. Like, has he got the length to, like... I know, like, someone like Pluto or Tigger definitely
I don't
have the
know.
length,
George,
but...
does Donald Duck have the length?
I didn't mean like that. Oh, God's sake,
I
Tom.
am really not going to have a job.
That's all right. It means you have to stay here.
Oh, no. Yeah, but he gets paid well. Like, he's able to, like, put money away. He's smart.
What, Donald Duck or George?
Well, both probably.
No. I am not smart with money.
George is fucking
I am
awful
slowly
with
showing
money.
that to myself as I continue to buy.
George gets paid and he goes, oh no, it's all right, Disney. No, here you go. You have some of that back and I'll just have this nice soft shell.
Yeah, I can't deny that. Deny that. Crew member sales, my friend, are the one. I'll take 70% off merch price.
So Harry keeps offering me like ETC merch, and it keeps like he comes in with the most ridiculous things. He came in with an ETC face mask the last time I saw him, and I was just like, "What? No, why?" And then he offered to buy me one. I was like, "No, I don't want it."
Why do you not want a face mask from ETC?
Well, because I like ETC. All right, I like the products. They're good. They're a good company. I don't want to display that on my face. No.
Okay, just for clarification, are you on about like COVID kind of face mask, or are you on about like cucumbers on your eyes, kind of like relaxing to Zen music kind of face mask?
No, we're talking about COVID face masks. Not like Harry didn't walk
okay.
into a house with his sleep face mask on. You know, oh, careful, Harry, the door's
I mean, lockdown, man, live your best life.
To be honest,
is that living your best life? That sounds like an awful life to live.
Maybe that's what they should do,
all
though.
the time.
I mean, Tom, you've been doing a lot of work into health and well-being for technicians. Can we not organise something like every single company gives you?
So let me break this down again, Adam. Your health and well-being, and the solution to all these problems that we've got in the industry is for you to give everyone a sleeping face mask.
Tom, can you get it unionised that we have to have a spa day every week?
Yeah.
No, I can't get that yet. What did you think I was going to say to that, George? Of course I can't.
I mean, that'd still be great.
It would be, yeah. It'd be a really good bonding time as well, because we're always dealing with each other in the stress.
It's team activities, you know.
Look, I pay
bonding.
I can't remember how much I pay to Bet2. I think I pay £8 a month to Bet2 to be a part of that union. I'm not having that money being spent on a fucking spa day, so you can go off and get your nails done.
Well, that's just.
I mean, but then you'd look fabulous whenever you're line mixing, George, and that'd be wonderful, wouldn't it?
Like, just imagine, like in the blue light of the tech world, just watching your fluorescent nails just dancing on the faders.
I love how poetic George is when he talks about her job.
So they go up. They loud now. That's it.
Oh, fucking hell.
It would look incredible. You should get like
Well, I think you should do it,
luminescent ones.
I think you should do it. I think on your next thing, I want to see an Instagram post of you painting your nails.
It probably won't be a Disney show then, will it? Though, because that'll be against.
I wouldn't get past that on Disney. Look, that'd be maybe the W1 for that.
So I when we were at Plaza, I went and had a chat with Disney about. It's when I was sort of looking for work and stuff like that. And I went up to them. And they were like, yeah, I was telling them about me and, my skill set and stuff like that. They were like, wow, yeah, you sound really great. And then they noticed my tattoo on my arm. And they were like, oh, yeah, well, you'd have to keep that covered up. And I'm like, I'm not being funny, but I'm going to be in like over 40-degree heats, right? Like, it's going to be very hot.
Whether you're talking Celsius or Fahrenheit.
Okay, probably Celsius. I don't know how hot things are.
40 degrees Fahrenheit is quite cold.
Yeah, but yeah,
cold.
And they'd want me to wear a jumper, and I'm like, no,
not jumper, just long sleeve versions of your normal clothes.
Yeah, well, no, it's not happening. Absolutely not.
To be fair, I got when I first looked, basically they were like, oh yeah, you're really interesting, come from Bruford, quite a few people have come from Bruford, this is awesome, da, 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 da. And then they saw me and they were like, the hair will need to be cut back a little bit, and I was like, well, that's fine, like I can get a haircut, I just haven't been, looked, and that's all fine. And then also they were like, oh yeah, but you also need more lighting experience because it's a general tech role, it's not a sound specific role. And I was just there like, well, that is not what I've ever trained in, so I will not be any help there whatsoever. I tried to learn what is it?
Grammar?
Yeah, Emma, yeah. Wow, that just shows how long it's been since I've done anything. I tried to, and it took me all of 2 minutes to realise there's a good reason why I did not go into any of this stuff in university. And
do you remember, George, that we when before you left, you came up to me and was like, oh, they've asked me to have a bit more lighting knowledge, and they need me to program an MA. Can you show
I
me?
made the mistake of asking you for help.
Yeah, you did. You did do that.
It just devolved into sitting there with you talking about, this is a button, this does this, this is another button. I mean, this does this.
Did it help?
A little. It was the most hands-on with an MA I have been up to that point.
There we go. I'm all right. I can deal with that.
Admittedly, I learned basically from fresh when I was actually on shit.
But I feel like with our jobs being what we are, that would be a lot easier to do. Like if I was told right, you've got a show in 3 days, you need to understand how to handle an MA, and you've got an MA right in front of you. Wonderful, sweet. I reckon I could at least not look like a complete idiot. Whereas to actually try and study something and then learn it before actually putting it into practice is just not a thing that I'm ever good at. So I was at the time I was kind of like, just hire me and it'll be fine.
I mean all I did was watch a couple of training videos. Yeah, it just gave me enough foundation knowledge to build on when I actually got the hands on the MA2. So
if you can record a cue, you're fine.
Yeah, that's it.
I can record an audio cue in my sleep. That's easy. Record, stop, sweet, awesome. There's some actual technical things in there, but that's the essential.
I've got something that will make you sound nerds jealous. So
is that
it's gone now. Admittedly, we for the past few months we've had a PM10 sat in our recording studio at the moment, and it's been rather good. And I can't get my head around it. I can't get my head around it at all. But upstairs, the QL1, absolutely fine with that. I can do that. That's nice and simple.
QLs are still pretty solid. I'll give
I
the
like
QLs
a QL. I think they're a lot more simpler than the PM is.
I find the QLs to be really versatile.
Yeah, I quite like
the
it.
only thing I don't,
Incredibly versatile.
the only thing I don't like about the QLs, but then this is because there is the CLs, and that's the whole point in terms of actually marketing them and what
You're going to be like, they're too small now, aren't you?
It's just the fact that you've got several fader banks, but you can't individually choose what shows on each fader bank, and like you can only do that, and that's fine on like the QL1 because it's super small, and so that's fine. But on some, when you got to like the QL5 and you've got like 4 fader banks, but you can only select one to be one thing, and then the rest of them are all the other thing. That really annoys me. But then, to be honest, that's why you have a CL for all the extra stuff like that. So like that's all fine. I've actually, having used Yamaha as like the most desks ever, and like being like second nature on a Yamaha, I've never actually touched a PM10.
They've got a nice wooden bit to stop you getting your hands getting hot.
That's the same with the CLs. Like half the reason the CLs are so expensive is because they've got literally a bit of the same wood that they use to make their grand pianos on the front. Makes you feel classy when you're mixing, you know. Yeah. No, I'd love to. I've used like the M7s and obviously the good old LS9, which is actually still bizarrely a really, really, really nice desk to work on, even though it's like 20 years
I hate
old
them.
now.
No, I'm good.
I'll leave the LS9 to you, Adam. I'll pass on that one. Thanks.
We had an M7 as our predecessor to this new system, and it was fucking awful. Like, I'm throwing them out straight away.
I quite like the fact though that they're just massive. I just like the fact that they're huge and they've got
but that's not a good thing.
Way too oversized.
They look really cool.
So you like it because it makes you feel like you're piloting a spaceship.
Well, yeah, but you remember, like, but this is the issue, right? In the sound industry, that is that everyone like before us has been like working all their lives with like massive big analog desks and Cadacs and Neves and stuff like that.
Cadac J-Type.
And I'm just there like, I want to be doing that. I want to be sitting at the helm of a massive, awesome desk. But like, the issue is, that just is not the way anymore. They're getting smaller and smaller and smaller for ease of use. So here I am doing the same things on a little desk, but not quite feeling as cool and pro as I would be if I was on like a massive Midas or something. I'm yet to do like even though I like learned on analog, I'm yet to do like a proper like live music gig on an old analog system, and I really, really want to like do that properly one day.
I had the pleasure of working on a Midas. Was it Heritage? I can't even remember now. The massive fuck off blue one.
Yeah. The 3000.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one. I had the pleasure of working that on some festival thing a couple of years back. It was a pleasure. It's been a very long time.
Did you not find yourself having to sprint between channels though? Like, it just seems like it's Tom, horribly like
the joy of my height. I have very long arms.
Yeah, but it seems just like horribly like active, and you know, like I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking it because like everything that I need only goes down one cable, and I'm okay with that. But like, yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I'm not okay with that. I like everything to be in front of me.
To be fair, if you go into any massive orchestral recording studio, I'm
working a massive orchestral recording studio.
Exactly, right. Well, no, but like if they're still on the analog desks, like if you look at Air or even Abbey Road, to be fair, they all have like 96 channel Neve desks, which are like the entire length of a room, and because they're for each session, you know, like they'll be channeling upwards of 60 odd microphones or whatever. Around the room, like they are genuinely hopping around, like the engineers are genuinely hopping around the composers and stuff like that, trying to like constantly mix. And I'd quite.
You need that wheelie chair. You need that wheelie chair.
Yeah. See, I don't like that. Like, I think maybe it's because I've grown up in this digital era where, like, if you know, I can't. The last and first experience I had was an analog desk. Was when I was doing my BTEC. So. You know, I'm just not okay with it. Now I can sit at this QL, do everything that I need to do, and not have to fucking run around. It's great.
I love
I love digital. Like, it's really nice. I find it really nice and refreshing to work with. But in the same breath, I also like the bare bones nature of analog.
Yeah, there's a definitely for me, like, obviously it depends on the gig, but
Yeah.
and especially in our current climate, musical theatre is getting more and more impossible to do on an analog desk. So like for that world, digital all the way, massively.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd love to one day in my life like spec like a live music rock gig or something with like a massive Midas or a massive Neve or something, and then like just a big rack of outboard gear, and just have that as my front of house. And I just want that. That will be me. I mean, like pure on like Foo Fighters style and stuff like that, because they still do that stuff, and like you're just sitting there going, "Wow."
Have you seen Sound City documentary?
Oh,
I did it a few years back.
Possibly not. No.
It is absolute filth. They have taken the original Neve console from the old recording studio, Sound City, and put it into their studio and tracked a load of old school, like proper old school. You're talking Stevie Nicks, you're talking Nine Inch Nails, you're talking Corey from Slipknot. You know, you've got some really major style artists they've retracked on this console.
Someone watching that is like, that's not old school. That's not old. Someone's there like, Buddy Holly, that's old school.
But it's this is epic sounding album that they did a while back.
Nah, I mean,
Paul McCartney comes on it, for crying out loud. I'm surprised he's not dead yet, but
yeah.
Yeah, don't say that. He'll die in 2 weeks now.
I was going to say, what's the date today? Just so it's recorded as me saying it now, and not once
today is today.
George predicts Paul McCartney's death.
Oh, that'd be plastered over the mail.
What random man just nobody's ever heard of.
That would be the final iceberg, though, to getting you fired from Disney. That would be like, you're the man that
predicting death.
Donald Duck, you're next. You never call me back.
I'm really not going to have a job to go back to.
I'm so sorry. Like when I said like, oh, you might be chatting about Disney, I thought it might be like, you know, nice, like, oh, like what
so this
Disney films have you been watching?
This happened, or
yeah.
No. It turns into Tom sexualizing Disney characters. I mean, to be honest, if you think it, there is areas of the internet for it, but
isn't there a rule? Me and Doug had this conversation the other day. Rule 41 or something like that.
If you can think it, there's a porn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's something you want to get your head into, Adam. So
I don't even want to start searching that kind of shit.
It's scary.
I know the Google overlords are probably watching down and will report me for it. So no, I'm not ever going to be searching.
It's all right. They're in competition with Apple, and that's who essentially pays you. So you're fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, if you want to, to wrap up, we can turn this on to a more nicer Disney topic and just quickly chat about.
Please do. All right. Just to sum up. Just to shut.
No, it's all right. It's fine.
If there's anything you've been kind of like watching over lockdown or anything that's been really nice to kind of let the time pass, as it were. I saw Soul for the first time the other day, and that was really good. I deliberately waited, and it was very, very good. I really enjoyed that one.
I had a very good time
Mandalorian I've been
Soul.
watching.
Yeah.
Finally caught up with that hype.
Mando.
I
can
see why it's
season
good.
2 since it came out.
I've been catching up with WandaVision. It's taken me forever to get around.
Is it good? I haven't watched it yet.
For the first part, like first couple of episodes, I got really confused with it all. I had no idea what the blind was going on. I think I'm starting to get a little bit structured with it now. We're 3 episodes in, but I'm still.
It was a bit of a
very
tough
confused, but still trying to work it out. Yeah,
I wasn't. Though? It is.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
The first episode, I just spent the entire thing not really watching it, kind of just worrying, like, oh, what is it actually going to be? Is it just going to be like this forever, or is it going to be?
Yeah.
Like, is it going to go in a different direction? And it does. It goes in a different direction, which is...
It's what items start popping out of color that kind of got me. Like, the whole concept is black and white. Like, I'm not going to give too much away.
I'm gonna say, as far as I can tell, it's a bit like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In that sense.
Right. That's probably the most closest you can get with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So at first it's just a bit different to what you're expecting at all. But I really enjoy it.
Oh God, it's Marvel Truman Show.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, it is.
It really is. Like, obviously with a bit more of a sinister plot and all that sort of stuff, probably.
Yeah.
I assume. But yeah. But yeah, I've been enjoying that too. I finally got hooked on after years and years of people being like, "Oh, you should probably, you like Disney, you like fairy tales. You'll probably enjoy Once Upon a Time, because it's kind of just that massive TV series."
I could never get into it. I thought it was shite.
Everything I've seen from it had been like, all right, fine. But I've been watching that purely because like it's 7 seasons. 23, 24 episodes a season, and every single one's 45 minutes long.
So it's shite.
It's like a big ass TV show to watch.
It's something to fill the many years that we're going to face in lockdown.
And occasionally there's moments where you're just like, actually, that's really cool. And like, because like they did like a Little Red Riding Hood storyline, which is quite good, and their Peter Pan storyline was pretty good as well, like with Hook and stuff like that. But there's like very occasionally. But it's definitely like filling the void of things to watch, because I've kind of watched a lot of things. Like I think I've rewatched Brooklyn Nine-Nine in The Good Place like maybe 5 or 6 times over.
See, I'm halfway through Good Place. I did Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The Office, that came to Netflix recently, and I've been binging the shit out of that.
I've been loving The Office, but mainly from rubbing it in my American friends' faces, because they've just lost The Office from the US Netflix. So I'm loving it.
It's like the only thing we can brag about in terms of The Office, because like the American one is supposed to be better than the British one and stuff like that.
I've not seen I think I want to watch the British one, but yeah, I don't know.
I always found UK Office to be very
Ricky Gervais. Like his kind of humour.
I mean, yeah. I was Peep Showy. It's that kind of making you awkward. It's awkward comedy.
See, I quite like Peep Show. So
I like Peep Show, but like it's that kind of like awkward comedy of like, oh. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I get you. Like, my sister summed it up quite well the other day. She was like, "I don't like Peep Show because it just makes me cringe at the stuff that they do."
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just sort of gross by the end of it. You feel a bit dirty after watching it.
Yeah.
See, that's where like shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine just resonated massively with me, because it's just like actual humor. Like, it's not like forced. It's not. It's just genuine physical humor, which is really funny, and easy to laugh at.
It's Adam Sandberg. Like you can't go wrong with Adam Sandberg as far as I'm concerned. Adam Sandberg and Terry Crews.
There we go.
Wonderful. Well, it's been about 55 minutes or so now, so I think that's a really nice place to finish, because we've just chatted about some lovely TV shows. Yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful to have you both. Thank you very much, especially considering I asked you both very late. I'm still getting into this kind of this schedule thing of like, I did the first one on Tuesday and went, okay, awesome, done, and then kind of went, oh shoot, I said I'd do another one on Thursday. Okay. So like, I need to like actually like start planning it weekly, but that'll come.
I should do that with a podcast, but it's now turned into something spontaneous whenever we feel like
I quite like it being spontaneous though.
It's your random nugget of this month, or
but also like with your podcast, like it, you've got like an avenue. It's technical theatre. You're talking to people. So
I mean,
with
it
this,
starts
it's kind
off
of just
technical
like,
theatre. It just divulges into madness by the end of it.
Bullshit.
Tom's involved, so
Well, this is just
evolves into craziness.
Well, this is just constantly madness because it's just supposed to be a kind of fun way to start a morning. So,
although on the last one, I got bone to pick with you, young man.
Oh,
the last one, I had a really good idea for. I messaged him about it. Right,
God.
he fucking ignored me. He left me on red.
Are you going to say it, or is it actually going to happen?
I was in the middle of wrapping presents and
saw
it, and then I'm just like, hang on, no, I need to get this done. And I just didn't look at my phone at all for like the next few hours.
Left me on red. It's all right because Steve never replied to me either.
Well, even better then. So that's all sorted.
Apparently, I'm just that guy that you leave on red.
It's Tom's day for being left on red.
Yeah.
Anyway, Adam.
Yes, thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, so basically, if anyone's watching and interested, the podcast is on comms, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, on Spotify.
On Spotify and pretty much everywhere else you'll get a podcast.
We're all good podcasts are sold.
Yeah, it's a really enjoyable technical theatre. I think it's seven or 8 epides, I think.
I want to say 7. Let's say 7.
And yeah, anyone interested in theatre, that's a really cool, really awesome chat really to have. Because there isn't actually many like it, which is a bit weird. There's lots of theatre podcasts.
I find it a bit of a black hole of nothingness when it comes to that kind of stuff. There's plenty of actors talking.
Yeah.
Actors get too much spotlight. This is our time now. They're not on stage now.
Wow. They're not on stage. They're not going to be for a while.
We're also not on stage, so fuck it. It's our time now.
Yeah, so on Comms Podcast, if anyone's interested in that, they're both wonderful. I had a very wonderful time. A very wonderful... Is that even English? I don't know.
Sounds good. Sounds good. It'll do. It's close enough. It's still morning. I'm still waiting for the caffeine to kick in.
And you've had everyone from lighting to stage management.
I think everyone
possible in all 7 episodes. That's it. There's only 7 people involved.
I'm trying to think though if there's like any like industries you've missed out in technical theatre though, because you've done stage management, you've done costume, you've done
flies,
sound.
Which is
you need to get fly. Oh yeah.
I had flies. Georgina from Mary Poppins on.
Oh yeah. It's quite. I always feel a bit weird about it because it's like it just seems like we're just asking our mates to come on.
Well, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Is this not what this is?
That's fair enough.
But yeah, thank you very much, both of you, for
always a pleasure
for joining me early this morning. Thank you very much, especially to Tom for getting up.
Being on time.
I wasn't on time, George. I was famously late. I was late. You made a comment about it at the start.
Yes, but you were late to the pre-meeting, so like you
were still on time for the actual streaming.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. And also, like, this is me. I am late to everyone. As every single one of my lecturers in my life have taken pride to tell me I am late and I need to get that sorted. Right now I'm in my bedroom, so I had the wonderful Simon King literally turn around and tell me like, you need to be on time. You need to be on time. You need to get jobs to be on time.
Simon King.
And I'm like, I'm trying. So yeah, but I'm in my bedroom. Like it's not like I'm going anywhere.
Live your best life. You're not commuting anyway. It's glorious.
No, the only commute I've got currently is going downstairs to make a cup of hot chocolate and get some breakfast, and then that's me.
That sounds
like don't eat for the rest of the day.
Pretty much. Or the flip side of that's only on these days. On the other days that I'm not doing this, it's then the complete opposite. I'll only go downstairs for dinner at night, then come back. Anyway, sorry, we've ended up on another tangent for another few minutes there. But yes, thank you very much for joining me, both of you. It's been absolutely wonderful. There will be another one on Saturday with someone. I need to start planning these like a week ahead and actually get people on in time. But that's kind of the why it's just fun. Anyway, so we're gonna do a nice little wave out goodbye because YouTube live streaming is very annoying. But yeah, so thank you very much, and I will see you all later. See you later,
real
everyone.
soon.
This is really awkward.